Yo, Giants Nation, what's good? Buckle up, because we're diving headfirst into the juiciest New York Giants news as we gear up for the 2025 training camp. The Big Apple is buzzing, and the spotlight's on our boys in blue, especially with some massive questions swirling around head coach Brian Daboll, quarterback Russell Wilson, and the future of our franchise. Are we on the verge of a breakout season? Or is the pressure about to crack the foundation? Let's unpack the drama, the stakes, and the electrifying potential of the squad in a way that'll have you glued to your screen. Trust me, Giants fans, you're not going to want to miss a single second of this. So, here's the deal. The New York Giants are heading into training camp with sky-high expectations and some serious heat on the coaching staff. After a roller coaster ride under Brian Daboll, think a 2022 playoff run followed by a gut punch 3-14 season in 2024. The big question is whether this team can rebound. And let me tell you, the stakes couldn't be higher. Bleacher Report's Alex Ballantyne dropped a bombshell, calling Russell Wilson the Giants' biggest question mark heading into camp. Can a 36-year-old Super Bowl champ still sling it and save Daboll's job? Or is a rookie sensation Jackson Dart waiting in the wings to steal the show? Giants Nation, let's break it all down and get hyped for what's coming. First, let's talk about Brian Daboll. This guy was the NFL Coach of the Year in 2022, turning a struggling Giants franchise into a wild card contender with a thrilling upset over the Minnesota Vikings. But the last two seasons? Oof, it's been rough. From 9 wins to 6, then crashing to a brutal 3-win campaign in 2024, Daboll's record stands at 18-32-1. That's not exactly the resume of a coach with job security, and the New York Giants news cycle is buzzing with speculation about whether he's on the hot seat. Some analysts, like Ballantyne, are saying this could be Daboll's last shot to prove he's a guy to lead Big Blue back to glory. But here's the kicker. Is his fate really tied to Russell Wilson's performance, or is there more to this story? Enter Russell Wilson, the veteran QB who signed a 1-year, $10.5 million deal to bring his leadership and deep ball magic to New York. This dude's a 10-time Pro Bowler with a Super Bowl ring, and despite bouncing between 3 teams in 5 years, he's still got game. Last season with the Pittsburgh Steelers, Wilson threw for 2,482 yards, 16 touchdowns, and just 5 interceptions in 11 games after missing the first 6 with a calf injury. He even led Pittsburgh to playoffs. Giants fan, you feeling that? The man's got a knack for protecting the ball. His 1.5% interception rate last year was 7th best in the NFL, and he's still one of the league's top deep ball throwers, ranking 3rd in passer rating on 20-plus yard passes. That's huge for a Giants offense that's been stuck in the mud, ranking near the bottom in passing, and scoring the last 2 years. But here's where it gets spicy. Not everyone's sold on Wilson being the savior. Ballantyne's got folks whispering that if Wilson flops, Daboll's out the door. The narrative is that this head coach-QB combo needs to click fast in training camp, or it's curtains for both. Wilson's been sacked more than any QB since 2012, and his pressure-to-sack rate is among the league's highest. With his athleticism not what it used to be, can he stay upright behind an offensive line that's still got question marks? And what about that 1-year contract? It screams bridge QB, meaning the Giants aren't banking on him long-term. So, Giants Nation, what do you think? Is Wilson the key to turning the ship around? Or is he just a placeholder keeping the seat warm for someone else? Speaking of someone else, let's talk about the kid who's got everyone buzzing, Jackson Dart. The Giants traded back into the first round to snag this 22-year-old Ole Miss star at pick 25, and he's already turning heads. Coach Daboll's raving about Dart's spring performance, calling it excellent, and praising his smarts and aggressive play style. Posts on X are lighting up with clips of Dart slinging it to Malik Neighbors, Darius Slayton, and Jalen Hyatt in pre-camp workouts in San Diego. This rookie's got the traits Daboll loves. Think Josh Allen 2.0. And the plan is to let him develop behind Wilson and Jameis Winston, who signed a 2-year deal as a backup and mentor. But here's the million-dollar question. When does the Jackson Dart era begin? Some analysts say he could see the field as early as mid-season if Wilson struggles, while others think 2025 is a redshirt year. Giants fans, drop your predictions in the comments. When do you think Dart takes over? Now, Let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture. The Giants' offense is loaded with young talent, and training camp is where it's all going to come together or fall apart. Malik Neighbors, the 2024 6th overall pick, is already a superstar, setting an NFL rookie record with 109 receptions despite missing 2 games. He's the WR1 Wilson's been dreaming of, and their chemistry is popping off in pre-camp workouts. Then there's Jalen Hyatt, who's had a quiet first 2 seasons but could break out as a deep threat with Wilson's arm. Wan'Dale Robinson's pushing for more downfield looks after averaging just 7.5 yards per catch last year. And Tyrone Tracy Jr. is a dynamic running back who could feast if the passing game opens up. But the offensive line, that's the wild card. Andrew Thomas is back from injury. But Evan Neal's move to guard and Greg Van Roten's hold on the starting spot are battles to watch. Can this unit protect Wilson and give Daboll's offense a fighting chance? On the flip side, the Giants' defense is looking scary. Brian Burns, Kayvon Thibodeau, Abdul Carter, and Dexter Lawrence form a pass rush quartet that had analysts drooling during spring practices. Rookie Abdul Carter's versatility, lining up as an edge rusher, defensive tackle, and linebacker, has folks like Bobby Okereke calling him explosive. Add in new faces like Paulson Adebo and Jevon Holland in the secondary, and this unit could be a game changer. If the defense lives up to the hype, it might take some pressure off Daboll and Wilson to carry the team. But Giants Nation, let's hear it. Which defensive player are you most excited to see in training camp? Now, let's address the elephant in the room, Brian Daboll's job security. Some reports, like those from Athlon Sports, argue Daboll's been set up to fail with inconsistent quarterback play and roster challenges. Others, like ESPN, point out that signing Wilson and Winston while drafting Dart shows the Giants are trying to balance competing in 2025 with building for the future. Daboll's got a plan, modeled after his success developing Josh Allen in Buffalo, to groom Dart into a franchise QB. If Wilson struggles early, say, in the first 4 or 5 weeks, Daboll might pull the trigger and give Dart a shot to save his job. But if Wilson starts strong and fades late, or if the season's a lost cause, the pressure could mount. Owner John Mara's patience is reportedly wearing thin, so Daboll's got to deliver. What do you think, Giants fans? Does Daboll deserve another year, or is it playoffs or bust? Training camp kicks off on July 23rd at the Quest Diagnostics Training Center, with 11 practices open to the public. This is our first chance to see Wilson, Dart, Winston, and the revamped roster in action. The Giants' social media is already hyping it up, with behind-the-scenes content and daily highlights on the Giants' mobile app. Preseason games start August 9th against the Bills, followed by the Jets and Patriots. So mark your calendars. The buzz is real, but so are the questions. Can Wilson rediscover his Seattle magic in the Big Apple? Will Dart's development stay on track? And can Daboll silence the doubters and keep his job? Giants Nation, this is our time to rally behind Big Blue and see what this team's made of. Oh, and one more thing. I checked the latest New York Giants news on Giants.com and other sources to make sure we're up to speed. There's some fresh chatter about Wilson's leadership winning over the locker room, with players like Jackson Dart praising his command of the offense. Plus, posts from insiders like Art Stapleton show Wilson, Dart, and the receivers grinding together in San Diego, building chemistry before camp. This team's got something brewing, and I'm pumped to see it unfold. Giants Nation, let's keep this energy going. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Is Russell Wilson the answer for 2025, or is Jackson Dart the future? How much leash does Brian Daboll have? And who's your breakout star for training camp? Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and share this video with every Giants fan you know. Let's get loud and show the world we're ready for a Big Blue comeback. Until next time, keep bleeding blue, and let's go Giants.